This is INC Radio, DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to INCRadio Silicon Valley, California. It is good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you guys are. It is officially 10 p.m., so that means it is time for officially INCRadio Silicon Valley, California. Yay! Thank you so much. Anyways, hello, everyone. I am your host today. I am Sister Kristen Bell Tyson. You can call me Kristen Bell or whichever you want, but everyone just calls me Bell, so call me Bell. Anyways, we want to greet everyone who are here on INC Radio. We also want to welcome our panelists who are here next to me right over here. I'll go ahead and introduce them right now over here. Go ahead.
Hi, everybody. This is Sister Jill Navasca from Redwood City.
Hi, I'm Brother Vincent Domincil from the local of Mountain View.
Woo! And these are our panelists today. And officially, since he's from Mountain View, we are here in the local congregation of Mountain View, and this is where we are hosting.
To Mountain View congregation.
Yay!
Yes,
shout out to them, and
Shout
thank
out
you, Brother
Mountain
Vincent.
View.
Woo! Thank you. All right, and going back to our introduction, we want to introduce what our topic is today, and our topic is what's for lunch. I know right now it's evening, so we can literally talk about what we had lunch today, but our main topic is what did we have for lunch? What do we prepare? What do we eat? How can we stay healthy for it? And I think this is an exciting thing to talk about. I think every day last week we talked about something similar related to health, and I think what else is similar to health, and that is what we eat, correct?
Yes, it's very important to kind of, to keep that in mind when we're eating as well, that to keep it healthy. Besides being active, I do know this, it's what you eat that also helps in being healthy.
Yes.
It's what you put in your body.
Yeah, of
It's
course.
definitely part of being healthy.
Exactly. I mean, after all that exercising, as we talked about last week, we got to have some fuel in us to keep our energy up. So I think this is the perfect topic, especially about not only the second most important meal of the day, but also what can we prepare for? What can we do to keep staying active and healthy while doing it? All right. And continuing on, I want to go ahead and introduce what we are doing today. Especially, I want to introduce what are prizes we have from INC Media Live. As we can see on our table right over here, we have these lanyards from INC Media Live today. And whoever is the most active in our chat today on our INC Radio today will receive these INC Media Live lanyards.
And we got two, so we're looking for the two most active commenter for tonight's show. So we're giving away two of these lanyards. And again, thank you to INC Media Live.
Thank you
for
so
providing
much.
us with some fun giveaways for our district.
Woo, so exciting.
So I think we have some comments that came in already. So let's take a look.
Let's do it. Let's see. So while we're talking about today, I think we should go ahead and maybe give a little gist about what our topic might be. I wonder if in the comments what they're expecting for us to say.
Well, we have a good one here. I mean, they already answered the question because if you look at our promo, it asks what's for lunch.
What's
right?
for lunch?
So we have one from Marlon Sagabayan, and he says, "Happy viewing from Mountain View." Yes, Mountain View.
Oh, okay.
Hashtag SVC. And then his lunch was chicken G's for lunch.
For sure.
One of the most.
Of course. And then there's another one.
After. And another one from Sister Danielle. Oh, Sister Danielle, Danica, Amazona. Today I'm having my mom's homemade lechon pork belly with mashed potato, gravies, veggie, and she's also made some mussels as a second choice. Hello, po from Victoria, Australia.
Wow. Shout out to Australia and to the mother.
Thank you for joining us, but that's a fancy lunch.
Yeah.
That's fancy.
It's like lechon plus mussels.
I'm like, is that a special occasion?
Yeah, was it a special occasion kind of lunch? Because mussels and
pork belly,
lechon,
yeah.
pork belly, that's not an everyday
I'd
lunch.
be happy to share.
But that is a good one.
That is very good.
lunch. Okay.
From Michael, happy Friday and happy viewing from hashtag Mountain View, hashtag SVC. And then we have a shout out. Hi, brother Ryan Del Ilaga. Shout out to our host this week as well. Thank you so much for our shout out. Thank you for the shout out to Ka. Ryan. All right, and then I think we have a couple
Yeah.
more.
I think I have another one from Brother Jordan and Deacon. Good evening po to Ka Noel and Ka Alex po, and the rest of the Guzman and Onyate families.
Yes, thank you.
Hi po.
And hello po to our district minister and assistant supervising district minister.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much for the active live comments on our chat and INC Radio. Keep going. We would love to hear more ideas and also more any updates about what's going on and what you think, what we're going to be talking about. And I guess we should go ahead and talk about what our question is for this topic,
Yes.
which is what kind of lunches do you pack? And I think I would love to hear from the live chat talking about what their
Oh,
ideas
yeah.
are. I think I also
Definitely.
want to ask you guys as well as our panelists and of course our lovely host. I want to see, what do you guys pack for lunch? Do you usually do anything? I know we all work around here, but
Oh,
yeah, let's hear it.
I mean, so I work as a substitute teacher, so
Mm.
a lot of times it depends on the location. So if
Oh.
I happen to be close to eating place, I would try my best to maybe go there at lunch.
Mhm.
Otherwise, I would at least have in my car a backup, like maybe some cup noodles, or if I prep ahead of time, then maybe I'll, pack some rice and maybe some ulam or something to go along with the rice or a sandwich. So those are the typical go-to.
Pretty.
Go
Yeah,
to-
that's good enough.
I think it's pretty common for
Mhm.
as far as lunch. There's always a day where you pack something. There's a day where you have a backup, as you mentioned,
Yeah.
and then there's a day where you tend to maybe go out
Yeah,
to
yeah.
get lunch.
Yeah.
I have a hybrid work where I can work from home a couple
Oh,
days
okay.
a week,
Mhm.
and then I go into the office. But on the days that I'm at home, I tend to forget to eat lunch.
Oh.
Because I'm thinking I'll just grab a snack, and
Mhm.
then I literally snack almost all day. Like it's not even a full meal. It's the weirdest.
I think this is the perfect topic for you to be on.
This is a good one because then packing lunch is not it's not an everyday thing for me.
It's hard. It's
So-
hard.
Yeah.
So for me, I end up it's like, oh, what's in the fridge?
Mhm.
And then I can't think of what to make at that moment, and so
Mhm.
I go go back to work and think about it later. So
Mhm.
me and what's for lunch is sometimes it's granola, sometimes
Oh no.
Yeah. We get it. We have those days.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's
roast
it's really
pandesal
tough.
in the fridge. I'm like, oh, pandesal sounds good, but
Yeah,
if
yeah.
not, I don't pack. I don't do well in packing. lunch.
You're good.
Ah,
I think it's
okay.
kind of funny how the question was, what do you pack? We're just like, we don't pack. We just get food. But that's totally fine. I think that's why we're having the topic today because we need to talk about what we should pack. Yeah, we do forget that we don't have time to pack lunches. We don't really have the effort to be doing it, especially when we work those long days. Especially for you, you said you're substitute teacher. I
yeah.
mean, you have those long days, but also I want to say you also have a timed, like a specific time.
So usually there's a particular schedule depending on
Particular.
the and-
Oh,
and
okay.
Hilariously enough, for the district I work for, they all have different schedules depending on the school.
Oh, so it always changes.
it
a
always
little bit.
changes.
There you go.
uh,
Okay.
But otherwise, you try your best, but
Okay.
you run into issues where like, oh, it's too far away, or
Oh.
Time to go get lunch sometimes.
sometimes I don't.
Okay.
Oh,
that's
okay.
where
No wonder.
prepping-
Okay,
yeah,
there
so
you
that's
go.
where
That's why I
prepping could
think
help.
this topic really is helpful.
Yeah.
To really get anyone started in thinking about, that it's not so hard, right? I think Belle, you know this, that it's not so hard to really pack a lunch or it's even harder to think of it the day of because
Yeah.
you're probably in the middle of a workflow. Like
Mhm.
you're like in the middle of, working and to stop your flow to just, make, figure out what to eat. Kind of,
Mhm.
it's either good, it's good and bad, right?
Right. Yeah.
So I think what's for lunch? What do you pack? How is it? Easy or how hard is it?
Yeah, exactly. So I think what typically happens when lunchtime comes around when we didn't bring lunch, I think I want to ask this important
we
question.
didn't bring
I mean, I know in the comments someone mentioned like a specific chicken place they go to for lunch all the time. I mean, that's kind of the reality of what happens when we forget to pack our lunch, when we don't have time for it. Most of us go to, not gonna lie, fast food. It's
yeah.
always quick and easy.
Yes.
Sometimes,
You don't like you mentioned some others. They might not have an hour-long lunch. They might even only
Yeah.
have 30 minutes.
I have 30 minutes
So
lunch.
imagine
Yeah.
having to go out to get lunch, and who knows how long the line
And
It's
is.
you
just, yeah.
you already burn like how much time, and it's
And
like
then
by the
you
time
have
you come
5
back,
minutes to
5-10
eat.
minutes. Yeah,
I know.
no.
Yeah, it's rough.
Or you're in, like I said, you're in the middle of your work, and you're like your thoughts going, and you don't want to stop.
Mhm.
So then you kind of don't have time to think about lunch, meaning where to go, what do you want to eat,
Mhm.
kind of thoughts or question to yourself. So I think there are definite benefits
Yeah.
in packing a lunch, right?
I mean, I've been doing it for like, let's say last year. I've been doing it for the fall.
What's your lunch? So how is your lunch?
Oh,
pack?
okay. What is my lunch, or what's
No,
the
sorry.
method? There's a lot. I
What's
wish-
the
how do
method?
you
What's the
prepare-
method
yeah,
too?
what's
What's the
proper-
method?
yeah.
Okay, definitely. I would definitely say, well, I've been going to college for the past 2 years now. You kind of do get sick of it, of
What's
constantly of going to fast food places, but I'm not gonna try to put it down. I love fast food places, but there are times where you don't have time for it. I'm spending way too much money than I should have been not been doing, and so you kind of have to force yourself to get out of it and start making your own food. I mean, I think that also is a life skill for me because I want to get to know how to cook more. I think that's what got me into it. And it doesn't even have to be the most complicated meals to make. You can just be like, well, what do I eat a lot? I mean, for me, I eat a lot of rice. I can cook rice. And then what else do you need? You need protein. There's a lot of options. You can make like chicken. There's like beef. There's, I don't know,
protein. Yes,
any type of protein you need. That's really what it is. But there's always like a set kind of menu
So I
for
was seeing
yourself
a
that you
lot,
want.
and this is how this question kind of came about for me. Was
Yeah.
that in a lot of social posts, they do a lot of what's called now meal prepping.
Meal
where-
prepping.
Ah,
where
Yeah.
they
Prepping,
prepare
yeah.
fun.
like the next 5 days worth of lunches.
Yes,
And
yes,
So
exactly.
do you do something like that?
I do something similar like that. I mean, we all have our ups and downs of our days, but of course, it's really nice to have those kind of meal preps. I mean, because not only you're doing that, I feel like it sets a whole schedule for your entire week.
Yeah.
I feel like definitely on Sundays for me, Sunday nights. Sometimes I do it all the times. There are times where I'm way too busy, I can't do it. But I do meal prep my meals. I have I have it on my phone. I have like a whole list of what ideas I can do to meal prep. I mean,
Okay.
the one thing you can do to meal prep is figure out what your main dish, what your main meal is going to be. And then what the other option you have to decide for yourself is what are the sides for it. It's pretty fun. I think if you want to start meal prepping more, I think you really need to invest to make sure you have the materials for it. I mean, I bring a lunch bag all the time, especially when we were probably in elementary school or middle school. We used to have our own packed lunches for my parents, but since we're all adults, it's kind of like you're on your own for that one.
Yeah.
Sorry. But it's fun. I mean, it's kind of like I understand what my parents did for me. And so maybe it's time to learn how I can do it for myself. And also, you're picking your own meals. You get to choose what you want to eat for yourself, but make sure it's healthy.
And I think that's the benefit of preparing your own meal is that there's a couple that I've seen, and it's like, oh, that's such a good idea. But I've seen on when people post, it's like you can control what you're eating, especially if you're watching out. And calorie counting is not bad, but it's also kind of daunting sometimes when you're going out and like, oh, how many calories is that? Whereas in a meal prep, a meal that you've prepared, you can definitely count the calories and you know exactly how much and what you're eating, so that you can make sure it's balanced. I remember going to the taking my kids to their doctors, and they're always saying that the vegetable side should always be more than anything else.
Yeah.
Anything that's grown and should be more. So so when I started seeing all the meal prepping and how balanced it looks, and where their vegetable is set, and they also have a bit of protein, because protein keeps in scientifically, proteins helps you to stay full longer, because it's longer to break down.
Yeah.
So that keeps you full longer. So, but that shouldn't be the most. The portion of a protein shouldn't be the most. It should still be whatever's grown, like vegetables, definitely. So that's what when I saw that, besides that, you can buy things in bulk.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Costco.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You can buy
So you can buy
frozen vegetables and then have them included in your meal prep, and then maybe or if you're good with knife work, you can cut up some carrots and other stuff. And,
I was also gonna be like, if you're buying in bulk, you don't have to go to the grocery store like every
day,
week
yeah.
or something.
So if you buy in bulk, there's that time saving, not just in going to the store every day or every other day, let's say. There's also the cost savings that you don't have to buy food out in like a fast food where it can add up. It really
Oh,
can.
yeah.
You could
Yeah.
spend a lot of money in just going out to buy food.
Mhm.
And so by meal prepping, you definitely can also budget.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
there's already that it's part of your budgeting when you buy things in bulk, like whether you're buying the protein in bulk or the vegetables in bulk.
I honestly think that's why it got me into meal prepping, because I love also grocery shopping. I feel like, especially when you're by yourself, I feel like
Mhm.
it's kind of like a good like me time for myself. It's really nice to go grocery shopping on your own because you're picking your own ingredients, you're picking out your own food, especially planning what do I really want this week? What do I really want to pack that I'm actually gonna enjoy? What's also good for me? It's really fun to plan that out while you're going grocery shopping, and then once you get home, you're like, I'm so excited to cook
Yeah.
these
or You're
foods.
looking forward to eating it.
That's what I'm saying.
You know,
Yes.
and then you're excited, you're smelling all the good,
Yes.
savory of when you're cooking, and so you're like, I can't wait to eat this lunch.
Mhm.
And I think it's the budget's the time that
Mhm.
you're able to save, and I think that's so. And of course, keeping it healthy. You're
Yeah.
the one making it.
Mhm.
You know how much salt you need to put in. You don't need, and
Yeah, it's a very tedious work, but I think meal prepping really kind of enables you to get control and not just eat stuff that could be bad for you. So you have that control. You set the bar basically
Yeah.
for what you intake,
There you
especially
go.
for lunch, of course.
Yeah, I like that. I like that idea, especially when you're cooking your own food. I just feel like I feel so like it's a reward for me when I get to eat my own creation. It's like, wow, I made this, and I mean, if it's bad, it's like, yo, at least I tried. But honestly, it's really nice to actually eat the food that I actually cooked myself, and it's just really nice to have that prepared on my own instead of like traveling all the time to get food, like fast food out there, and then going back to work or something like that. So
Yeah.
it's
and I
just really
think
good.
those are actually, besides meal prepping, and I know it's not always for lunch.
Mhm.
I think sometimes, especially for us that we're busy in our schedule for work and then church,
Mhm.
that we have to attend to all our different responsibilities,
Yeah,
families, and so on. Sometimes you can pull that out, and then you just
that's what I'm saying. We have our
Yeah.
ups and downs, but
it's not
of
for the
course.
full week, maybe the first 3 days, because
But the more you do it,
Yeah.
the more you'll
Yeah, you,
keep going, keep
Yeah.
getting used to it. The
Yeah.
more you'll actually be motivated to, you know what, I do want to keep doing this.
Yeah.
I don't want to wasting so much
Yeah.
money on this type of food when I literally have a whole groceries worth of it right now.
And
I think. Oh, go ahead. Go
and
ahead.
I think with the meal prep that I've seen, and when they like, it looks so pretty in their fridge. It's very pretty. By the way.
It's
like all
nice,
stacked up.
especially like the fruits and vegetables you have. I love it. I love doing
Plus,
it.
if you think about it, here in the U.S., it's very common to have those frozen dinners.
Oh, that's what it
where,
is.
You know, and
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
you could see that the frozen dinners, like, oh, it's easy, it's quick, you microwave it. But in reality, it's filled with a lot of preservatives.
Yeah.
A lot of things
Yes,
that are
yeah.
lots of sodium, lots of
Yeah.
salt. Yeah.
Yeah.
a lot of things that you're not that you shouldn't be taking eating a lot of.
Yeah.
So anyway, with meal prepping, you're able to just have like those microwavable meals that are healthy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
That's what I'm
anyway,
saying. You
I think-
gotta get
Let's
into
see what
cooking.
are some of our live chat.
Yeah, of course.
Saying about their lunches or meal prepping in general. Any creative ideas?
Let's see. Let's see. I think from Kayla. Also, leftovers from dinner is always makes a great lunch for work.
Yes.
I agree. I think having your leftovers for dinner and then you can just pack it up and then have it the next
It's
day.
easy. You're done.
Saves your time and
Saves
then,
your time. Just be like, oh, I already got some of this leftovers. There you go.
Yeah.
Pack it up.
then we have Juanita Ayala, hashtag San Jose. Sandwich packed with avocado is the best lunch.
Yes.
Avocado's always
Love
good, yeah.
avocados.
Avocado. I mean, we are here in this part of the country where it's very
It's they
Common.
produce the
Yeah.
way more over here.
This produce is very common in grocery stores. So
Yes.
it's avocado on anything. I
Oh.
literally think you can put
Avocado
it.
toast, guacamole, that kind of
I'm an
stuff. Yeah.
avocado toast. I recently got into that. It's so
Avocado
good.
toast,
Yeah,
you
no?
can add in. You can eat it and eat
Yeah.
it salad.
Yeah.
With eggs,
Oh,
sandwiches.
yeah. Put an egg on top.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. We also have one from Ricardo Hippolito. We just had a Bible study, and they're sharing what they're eating. So this is
Ooh.
Oh,
what
okay,
and
please.
we had kare kare, mungo, turon ube, and Korean pancit.
Oh,
There you go. So all the
Japchae.
Filipino meals they had for the Bible study.
So those are going to be leftovers. But think about it.
Yeah.
You can still pack that up in if there was sauce left over, let's say you really like
Ooh.
it,
Mhm.
this sauce for, let's say, kare kare, and then you just grilled additional vegetables, and that's your
Oh yeah, you can
Oh,
just
sauce,
store
there you
it,
go.
right?
and then
You know,
literally just add it
I mean,
on.
You can
even just
reuse it.
even just mixing it with the rice, and that's
Oh,
that
no,
already
some people
upgrades
do
the
that.
rice.
No, some people actually do that.
Your vegetable, right? You can't just have carbs.
Yeah.
No, but that's and so speaking of meal prepping, so some of the things that I saw, which was really fun, I thought, was someone had roasted vegetables, and so they mixed it up. But what's really fun was they changed up the sauce that they kind of
Okay.
put above their roasted vegetable. And roasting vegetable is you get one sheet pan and just dump all your vegetable. pop it
Oh,
in
I
the
know what you're talking
oven,
about. I know what you're talking about.
and you season it like just basic
Salt,
and
pepper.
pepper,
Yeah.
olive oil, and you can control it. But if you pop it and it's 20 minutes, you got this pan
Yeah.
full of roasted vegetable. Then you pack that up, and then they add different kinds of sauces to this vegetable.
Oh,
So
okay.
every day, it's roasted vegetable, but you could change it up by just changing the sauce.
Varying it, so make sure it's not boring.
Yeah.
same thing.
You
No,
can just add
that makes
sauce.
sense.
I saw the ranch here in the U.S. is so common. They dip everything in it.
Oh
If you
yeah,
start
that's a big
mixing
thing.
ranch with barbecue sauce, so it's
Yeah.
now barbecue ranch. And then
Oh,
you can
okay.
Okay.
you add
Mixing different
salsa
sauces, okay.
into ranch. Now it's salsa ranch. So
Salsa
it's change. So you can change it, and it's so you could make it as easy or gourmet as you
Mhm.
want it to be. But
Mhm.
and I think changing it up, having the variety of sauces, kind of helps to break it up, right?
I think so, yeah. Okay, so
So-
going back to one of our questions, so we know it's very popular in social media posts, food prepping. So what are the benefits? This will lead to several things, of course, which is one, it saves times, which we talked about.
Mhm.
The other one, it saves money, very
Big time,
important.
Yes.
And then the other one is
Always,
helps with healthy eating, most
Ah,
importantly.
yes.
So
I think that's the biggest from prepping our own food.
yeah.
I think the biggest takeaway is mostly being healthy.
Mm-hmm.
I think we all want to continue to keep our health,
Mm-hmm.
and and eat. And eating is part of keeping that healthy mentality.
Mhm.
Whether it's physical as well as what we put in our bodies. Because
Mm-hmm.
I was a couple of weeks ago, one of our sisters says, health is really important for her because she uses that to, for her family,
Yeah.
to be with her family, and also to continue in her duties. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Okay.
she
Of course.
she had said that, and that really made a mark. It's like
Yeah.
you have to stay healthy in order to do these things,
Yeah.
So again, being able to prepare
Yeah.
and keeping it healthy
Mhm.
Yeah.
is really one of the most important takeaways, I think.
I think the one that comes out to me the most is definitely saves time. I mean, as I gotta say this again, I'm a college student. I have a car and everything, but it's I really can't afford to keep going out back and forth, back to school, back to work. Especially for work, I work 8 hours and I only get a 30-minute break, and so it's I have no time to
Yeah.
drive. Make a whole U-turn just to get the foods that I want from a fast food. It's more I have to have a packed meal already in hand so I can just already eat it and then just take a break and just be okay, I have a couple more minutes to
Nice.
maybe rest what I just ate, digest what I just ate. And I think that's just what stands out to me the most, which is why I got into meal prepping.
Yes.
Most importantly.
And I hope everyone listening had gotten some inspiration to do just that. And before we we wrap up for today, we have a few more things we would like to announce. First off, we would like to say there's a greeting for Kamani. It's his birthday.
Oh, this is on our comments, by the way.
Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday,
Paul.
Happy
Kamani.
birthday.
This came from our Karena Manuel. Thank you for letting us know. And we were wishing Kamani happy birthday, Paul.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Paul.
birthday.
And of course, we have I think now we can definitely give out our
prizes.
Oh, our prizes,
do
right?
I think.
Oh wait, they're still counting. So we will get back to that.
Keep going. Keep running it.
Keep
in the
putting all
comments.
those comments. So
Please.
why don't we go to Kuya Tech to show us some of our photos from our past activity. So Kuya Tech, go ahead and flash through our photos that we have from our previous activity. And first, we would say this is from Friday, January 24th, our all-day Bible mission. We can keep going, Paul. As you can see, in all the local congregations in our district, we held an all-day Bible mission. And here are some of those photos of our brethren attending. And this is all day. And when we say all day, it's from 8 in the morning till
To
8 at night.
Wow.
There you
So
go.
there was a Bible mission that happened every hour. And so here are some of our brethren and guests attending at the different local congregations around our district. Thank you, Kuya Tech. All right. And I think in our next photos that we will see, this was from our special gathering for the candidates for baptism and those who are Bible students, as well as their sponsors. And this was held in Fremont last Friday, January 31st. And this was, besides Fremont was the host, it was also in all of the congregation. They linked into the host site of Fremont, and then in all of the congregation, all of the candidates for baptism and Bible students and their sponsors attended this special gathering. Okay, and I think in our last activity, this was a fun one. This was the Kadiwa DIY milk tea activity that happened on Saturday, January 25th. This was the group photo of you
Oh,
just
in San
saw,
Jose.
at San Jose, all
San
the
Jose.
Kadiwas in our district. This is now Brother JD, our Kadiwa district president, if I'm not mistaken. And as you can see, these were the milk tea flavors that they were there. It looked like it was a fun event.
It was good. Really
Yeah.
nice.
Milk tea is always good, cold or hot.
I think it was cool, but we were like, it's melty. We need it.
I'm surprised you guys got so much variety there.
Yeah.
I know, hard enough to get one cup.
Let's put
All the-
up now our promos, Kuya Tech. So we have our upcoming promos this Sunday, February 9th at 6 p.m. In San Jose, we have the SCAN, CMDPS, and the DMT societies that will be gathering in San Jose for this special gathering. And then our next one.
We have our dance workshop, which is going to be on Friday, February 14th. And I believe it's going to be at 6 p.m. for the dance workshop. And then our next promo will be
the cupcake decorating contest.
There you
It's
go.
going to be on February 16th at 3 p.m. at
There you go.
San Jose.
This was actually
Oh, sorry, it's in Fremont. That's right.
Fremont.
Sorry.
yeah, this is
My
for
mistake.
all of our CWS members, our children's worship service,
Mhm.
young little ones who can have fun decorating.
Aw.
It's a contest, but I think more than anything, they're just gonna love eating the frosting.
The prize is the cupcakes.
cupcakes.
You all win.
And then the last promo.
And we have a winner. Oh, wait, before the
We
winner.
already announced the winner.
So
Let's read the last promo.
the last part. So it is there will be a Kadiwa formal Starry Night theme
Yes.
on February 23rd, if I recall
Mhm.
correctly. Yep.
And
Oh, please register for the Kadiwa formal.
so as you can see, please contact your Kadiwa officers. The link has been sent out to register. Did you guys register?
I registered already, so we're good
Not
to go.
That's in 2 weeks, everyone. Please do register for the Kadiwa formal. That will be Sunday, February 23 at the Rotunda in San Jose. Okay, now I think this is the moment everyone's been waiting for. I think
we have to mention it before we leave.
we have two winners that will receive the INC Media lanyards, and they are. So you can read one, brother.
So the first winner is Brother Marlon Sagabayan.
Yay!
Congratulations,
So
Brother
that's
Marlon.
one lanyard for
One
him.
lanyard.
That's one lanyard. And the other winner is Sister Yanessa Ilaga.
Yes. Oh, what?
Awesome. Okay, so before we go, Brother Vincent, do you have shout outs?
Any shout outs?
Go ahead. This is
Oh,
your
shout out.
chance to greet
Oh, well,
anybody.
I'd like to make a shout out to everybody in the local Mountain View. Yeah. And then, of course, to my brother, and of course to the District of Silicon Valley, California, for making this kinds of programs possible.
Thank you. Okay, so there are ways to tune in to our church media. So on YouTube, it's at INCRadio DZM 954. Please like and subscribe on our INC Radio. Also, in our Facebook, it is at Iglesia Ni Cristo News and Update, as well as on Instagram, it is at INC News and Updates. Please continue to follow our church media.
Yeah, of course. And also, we want to give a great thank you to the church administration for allowing us to have this, which is our executive minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo. Thank you so much. We also want to give a shout out to the CEBSI CEO/CFO coordinator, Brother Angelo Manalo. And of course, go
And
ahead.
of course, we'd like to give a shout out to the Silicon Valley, the District of Silicon Valley staff, District Supervising Minister Ka Noel S. Gasmin, to the Assistant District Supervising Minister Ka Alex Onyate, and then of course to our multimedia advisor Ka Francis Valencia.
We also have our CFO Overseer Kyle Mark Anthony Manuel as part of our district staff. So thank you to the Silicon Valley district staff. And of course, for INC Media, Kuya Tech, thank you, Kuya Manley and Kawali for our station manager. And so that is our show for today. Yay!
Thank you.
Thank you, INC Radio, Silicon Valley.